Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Cinderellimouse and I'm here today with The Sims 4 Enchanted by Nature expansion pack. You are going to see all the packs installed, so don't assume one thing is from that pack. It could be from any pack. And thank you of course to the EA Creator Network who do provide me with codes for The Sims 4. I appreciate your faces. But yeah, this is going to be my secret fairy, and so she's going to go around and she's going to find out like all the gossip, all the lore, all the secrets, and maybe get up to a bit of mischief on behalf of the fairy kingdom. So she looks like a lovely old grandma. This is part of her ploy. She's actually a little bit mischievous. She's maybe not as nice as she appears like on first impressions. And there's a few clues as well. So you can see that she's got flour on her top, but she's also got her gardening boots on. And if you zoom in on her nails actually look a little bit dirty. And yeah, I would definitely watch out for what exactly she's putting in those pies, like what ingredients is she actually using. So I did take a little bit of inspiration from like D&D and hags. So if you know Auntie Ethel from Baldur's Gate, she's all, oh dearie, lotions and potions galore, come to my tea house. So she seems very friendly and very motherly on the surface, but it's all a ploy to get close to people and like find out their dirty little secrets, you know. So yeah, you can't trust her. So she is fae. I do think of her as being a bit of a hag, which I that sounds really mean, right? But I don't know. Look, if you look at her face, there's something not quite right. There's something a little bit like pixie-like a bit impy about her face. And then if she actually changes to her full fairy form, you'll see that maybe this little old lady is not as nice as she first appears. So she's got the horns, she's actually got those sunken vampire eyes as well. She's got some really sharp teeth and pointy ears. I just kind of wanted to do a big smile so you can see her teeth, but also like those little tiny fairy wings as well, because I don't know, she likes gardening. I thought they were quite nice and leafy, so I thought they kind of suited her. But yeah, this is Beryl. So her name is Beryl Airworm, and it's meant to sound a bit like earworm, you know, a bit like when you get a song stuck in your head, it's an earworm, but it's because she's always listening and eavesdropping on people. So she seems like she has hobbies, and I would say the hobbies that she uses to keep up appearances and to kind of blend in with the human world and just seem like a nice old lady. She would like things like baking, pie making, she'd like knitting, crocheting, well, we don't have crocheting, but cross-stitching and gardening. Now, the reason why she likes gardening is she kind of twitches away in the bushes and kind of listens to the conversations going on the other side of the garden fence. So she's always eavesdropping on people. So she'll be there like tending her flower beds and kind of listening out for what people are talking about on the street. Let me show you some of her clothing. So like I say, I have all packs installed. I'm using all packs for her clothing, but mostly I'm using Cottage Living and what is it, Golden Years, the Golden Years kit. So this dress here, this is from Golden Years. She has the wellies on from Cottage Living, the glasses are from Golden Years. This is her formal wear. I love these socks. The socks came with Enchanted by Nature and they're so cute. Look at these things. I love like the little scalloped edge on them. So they're not set for formal, but I thought she would want to wear some socks with those shoes. She is an older lady, she wants to be comfortable, you know. Her feet get sore if she wears a heel, so she needs that added layer of protection. And so yeah, these are super duper cute from Enchanted by Nature. These shoes I think are from Cottage Living. Yep, she has the vintage glamour watch on, and this dress is from Growing Together. I'll quickly go through her other I can't speak. I'll quickly go through her other outfits because this isn't meant to be like a full cast video. I want to do a bit of gameplay. This is her athletic wear. This again is from Growing Together. Excuse me, I've been drinking orange juice and it's kind of, you know when you get like a film on your tongue from the citrus. This is her little, would you call it like a petticoat or a house coat from Cottage Living? This is her sleepwear. This is her party wear, just a little bit more glam. Again, Cottage Living. I feel like Cottage Living Golden Years and Enchanted by Nature, the cast works quite nicely together. So just if you're considering more of that kind of countryside, kind of cozy cottagecore theme, I would say those packs are good for it. These tights are absolutely adorable. I can't remember where those tights come from. Cottage Living, of course they do. And then she has this big like vintage necklace on as well. So if you just click on that, we'll check where that came from. I figured this looks a little bit like it might be an heirloom piece. So she gets it out for fancy occasions. It's from Vampires, but I don't know. I like it. Her swimwear, I think she actually has kind of a banging body for an elder. I think she's kind of working it there. I mean, those thighs, not an ounce of cellulite on them. It is literally magic. So yeah, I don't know if she'd be very comfortable wearing something like that, but we don't have a lot of choice for like swimming costumes for elders, so that was kind of the best I felt I could do. We have this Mew Mew. This does come from Enchanted by Nature. It's not tagged for hot weather, but I think it works really, really well because it's very loose, it's very flowy, so the air can really get in there and circulate, you know. And I think she would probably wear something like that for hot weather. Also with the Birkenstocks that were patched to the base game. I'm sorry, I'm talking too fast. I'll try and slow down a little bit. Her hat as well. This is from Cottage Living, and I think it's adorable on her. And for her cold weather outfit, we have Golden Years top, Golden Years skirt, some lovely wellies from Cottage Living, and those really, really cute like gardening gloves as well from the Golden Years kit. So that is her look, and again, she looks really cutesy. But if we skip over to her aspiration, she has Seeker of Secrets, which is a deviance aspiration. This is from For Rent, and it's all to do with like spying on your neighbors, so it suits her really, really well. We also have Nosy, which complements that really well. This is also from, let's see what the animation is for this. Oh, it's so good with the binoculars. I love it so much, and that little laugh as well. She's so naughty. Sims who thrive on gossip, snooping and spying, they have incredibly poor boundaries and they don't quite understand what personal space is, but they will discover secrets by any means necessary. Again, she's my secrets fairy, so this is what she's all about. This is her assignment. She's also disruptive, which is one of the new traits that came with Enchanted by Nature. Look at her scheming away. She is a little bit more of an what we might consider an evil character. I really want her to have that energy of like the grandma that kind of seems very nice, but you know is kind of toxic. So you know, like that saying, the road to hell is paved with good intentions, that kind of thing. So yeah, Disruptive says, disruptive Sims are driven to interact with the world by messing with it. They can spread interpersonal chaos by giving bad balance advice, or stick it to nature by disrupting plants, disrupting Sims, build mischief faster, but are slower to regain balance than most Sims. Now, a lot of the nosy kind of For Rent spy secret interactions are kind of mischief aligned, so I figured that really would support her in that. And again, like, because she's Fae, the Fae realm, if you've ever played D&D, like creatures from the Fae realm and the Fae wilds, they do not follow like human rules about good and bad. They kind of like a law onto their own. You know, the rules of nature are very, very different from the law of human society. So what we might consider evil is just mischief to the fairies. She's also cheerful. This is the idea of like giving her that kind of like jolly demeanor, so that the humans kind of trust her and open up to her. But you know, she enjoys her mischief, I would say. So yeah, I think with that said, let's jump into the game and see what mischief she can cause. Look at her. Oh, she's fab. Okay. I'm paranoid I'm not recording. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I have recorded this 3 times now. This is my 3rd attempt at recording this. So I've had to like reset her. So she probably will have a little bit of skill. But hopefully all the secrets and things will have reset, because I've started her, like I've made her again in a new world. Let's go for fall. Let's go for spring. I don't know. Spring seems nice for her. She's like out there planting her garden, you know, sowing her bulbs. I'm going to move her to Innisgreen, and I'm going to move her to this little starter lot here in the town. Again, she wants to give the impression of being human. She wants to live amongst the humans. So I think we'll move her in there. That's going to be perfect. I've had a lot of fun with her. Like I say, I've kind of tried to record this twice, and both my attempts were really, really fun. The first attempt, my mic didn't work, so the footage was just useless. And my second attempt, I had some fun with Vlad, so I might try and recreate some of the things that I did in the last video. So like I say, she'd just kind of be out here kind of sowing some seeds, doing a bit of gardening. So I think the first thing she should probably do is head over to the gnome guy, because maybe they've got a lot in common. You know, she likes gardening, he likes gnomes. I feel like this could work for them. So I'm just going to instantly fly here. No, actually, do you know what? No, I don't. Because right now she's exposed. She doesn't want people to see her like this. So her face. So I'm going to actually go to fairy and conceal fairy form. And I'm going to go ahead and echoes from the cave. Hello. Oh, this is the blimmin' timed thing, isn't it? I've been trying to do it because I've got FOMO and I hate missing out on things. But for the most part, I'm just going to ignore this. We're going to just close that and I'll deal with that on my own time. But yeah, okay. So disable fairy form and yeah, we don't want to fly either. So I'm going to head over to the gnome guy. If I can find him again. There he is. I'm still a bit like not fully orientated with the town layout. I'm not going to fly here because again, she doesn't want people to know that she's a fairy. She wants to stay disguised. So speed up, come over here. All right, I'm going to have a look at this as well. Read the statue description because again she's out here collecting information. She wants to know all the secrets, all the lore, all the gossip. So I'm going to use her to kind of like explore the town and get all the town lore. So if you want a sim to do that with, I think she's kind of perfect. So this has popped up and we can actually look in the notebook and find this. So it's kind of like she's making notes as she goes around. So yeah, she's got a few of them already. So this is carried over. You'll get this, I guess, then if you get her from the gallery, I guess you get all the lore. The Great Gnome was built as a symbol of hope between Sims and gnomes several decades after the end of the Gnome Wars. I love the reference to the Gnome Wars as well, because that was like a big TikTok thing. One of the most significant historical events of the coast of Ardmore that shaped the cultural landscape seen today. The Gnome Wars are the primary reason gnomes can be brought to life temporarily, as well as why the Fairy Council was formed and advocates for the limited fairy abilities usage in the area. So again, they don't like the fairies to be out here using the powers in this area, so we do need to be a little bit cunning with our approach. This guy looks like he might be privy to a few crazy town secrets, so I am going to spy on him. Spy on Glenn. Here we go. And then she'll do that amazing interaction where she gets her binoculars out right in front of him. She's so not obvious, like she is obvious, you know. She's so funny. Like, she loves it. She's having so much fun. So we don't get secrets from doing that. It's just kind of like a fun little interaction. It does give us a buff, I believe. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Just keep snooping. Just keep snooping. So again, this is from For Rent. It's not from the fairy pack. I don't want to confuse anyone. She is emotionally starving though, so we do need to keep an eye on her needs. Let's have a chat with Glenn. What I would like to do once we get a bit more fairy points, I'd like to take Wicked Force game. Now again, she will be friendly to people at first as she kind of gets to know them, but very, very quickly they'll kind of tell that there's something quite off about her, and when the mask slips, she's just going to start being mean and mischievous. So this one says Beryl gains a small amount of emotional force from mischievous and mean socials. A little negativity can be refreshing now and again, recharged by interacting negatively with others. So I will take that for her when I can. I also want to take Fairy Insight because it says that she can just read their personal information directly from their minds, and again, if she's trying to find out all the gossip about people, like, that's going to be super useful for her. But for now, we're just gonna have to make do with what we've got. So I am gonna rude introduction. No, we're gonna be friendly for now, aren't we? We're gonna friendly introduction. I normally use respectful introduction because I quite like that, but I feel like she wouldn't necessarily be respectful to other people, but she would expect people to respect her because she's an elder, right? It's that kind of like respect your elders kind of thing. So she would expect people to be very respectful to her. But, like, even though he's an elder, like, it's like, she'd be like, well, I'm a woman, so you should be more respectful to me, right? It's kind of like, she'd have, like, weird values that you might think, okay, well, yeah, on the surface that does make sense, but when you dig a little deeper, there's always something a bit off about it. It's always something a little bit like it's coming from a selfish place or something like that. She's gonna go straight ahead and pry him for secrets, because we're not messing around here today, Glenn. She does have one of the fables from him, so we need to ask Sims about their fairy beliefs. What do we need to do for the aspiration? Discover secrets, snoop for secrets, and eavesdrop on Sims. Okay. Beryl has discovered that Glenn has a secret, ripped pants. Now, so far, I haven't discovered any unique secrets. I thought that some of the Sims, like, maybe like Spruce or Mother Nature would have custom secrets. A little bit like if you go and speak to the Grim Reaper, he has like a unique Grim secret. Unfortunately, it seems like they just get the standard secrets. So let's have a look here. Ripped pants. History class, 3rd period. I was in the front row. I remember it like it was yesterday. My teacher, Mrs. Sakamoto, asked each of us to give an impromptu speech on the history of Princess Cordelia. Naturally, I was a bit nervous, but nothing could have prepared me for what happened. Also, Princess Cordelia, name drop, we love her. As I stood from my desk, I heard a terrifying rip as the seat of my jeans split open in front of everyone. And to top it all off, I was wearing an embarrassing pair of old Void Critter undies because, yes, it was laundry day. It was mortifying. I swear I can still hear the cackling of my classmates in my nightmares. I feel like that's her because she's a bit hag. Like, and I don't say hag as a bit like rude to elder people. For those of you who aren't familiar with like D&D lore, hag in Baldur's Gate is like literally like a witch, like an evil character. So I'm not being like anti-elder, but I would say that I've been inspired by a specific type of older person in real life. You know, like they read the propaganda newspapers, they believe everything they see on the news, they maybe hold some slightly racist or homophobic views, you know, and, you know, they're just a little bit like, you know, you go and talk to them at Christmas time or at family dinners and you kind of like, okay, you're not a great person, but I'm respecting my elders. I'll give you a pass because you're old and a little bit senile, but you shouldn't say things like that, Grandma. You know, she's kind of a bit like that. And that thing of like, sometimes you sort of think, are they aware of what they're doing and they just think they can get away with it because they're older? So again, most older people are great, but I am trying to stereotype a specific kind of genre of older person in my inspiration for Beryl. She knows. She's so mischievous. So I don't know, should we be friend or foe to Greg? They don't have a great relationship, but like I say, I think he's so local to her. He's so close to her in town. He's in the center of town. He probably knows a lot of gossip about a lot of different people. I don't know. Let's gossip about neighbors. Let's see if he's open to sharing gossip information with us and hear tales. Oh, he seems up for a good gossip. He seems up for a chinwag. Okay, so have you been down to the grocery shop? The owners, John and Gio, have got a bit of rivalry. Some say it's a sibling row over a dare gone wrong. Others reckon it's about whether to sell fresh-grown produce on the mainlands, with one of them claiming no one cares about turnip prices if they've all gone rotten in a week. Ooh, so he is up for a bit of gossip. Okay, I think he's friend. I don't think he's foe. Friend, foe, or fae, right? Fae, we're quite friendly with because we're fae, you know, we're all on the same team. Friend is somebody that we can gossip with. And foe is somebody who maybe doesn't share our values. Confront about secret. I don't think we blackmail him. I think we tell him we're going to keep his secret. But we're going to kind of do a blackmail thing. We'll say, we'll keep your secret as long as you keep telling us, like, the local gossip. So this says, now that the secret is known, Beryl can choose to inform Glenn that she will hold on to the secret forever or blackmail him to keep the secret for cold hard simoleons. We don't want simoleons, we want gossip. So I am going to say, there it is, I am going to say we're going to keep his secret. Glenn? You are a friend of the Fae. He is relieved to hear that. Okay, so she does have a new buff. It says hot goss, spill the tea. I like the idea that, you know, she does spend a lot of time on Facebook, you know, kind of like seeing what everybody's posting, kind of like looking at who's friends with who. So I think she would have picked up a bit of lingo like that, like hot goss. And I think she has the energy of like an older person who tries to speak like in younger person lingo and like thinks she's really cool doing it. So she would say hot goss, you know, spill the tea. I do think she's a bit of a tea drinker as well. So what else do we have here? Feeling fulfilled from one fulfillment. Tales told. Sims have all... Hang on, let me zoom in. Sims all have a story to tell, and sometimes that story needs to be shared with Beryl. Always. It always needs to be shared. Two can keep a secret. So juicy and delicious. Secrets can be as sweet as ripe fruit. I just ate a clementine, and it was very, very nice. Clementine? I think it was a clementine. No, not clementine. What they called you know, like a peach, but it's not a peach. It's like not furry. Does Beryl keep the fruit or sell it back for a hefty sum? Zipped tight. Nothing to tell here. Lips are sealed. Again, she's collecting secrets. She's not necessarily sharing them with anyone other than the fairy realm. So my next mission. Oh, we have a superstar. They might be a good person to blackmail. But no, that is not my plan here. My next plan is to go and have a look at some fairy secrets. I want to get to know all the locals, right? I want to get to know everyone around me. So, like I say, we are allied with the other fae. And just see... just what's going on in town, you know, what's going on with all the new NPCs, all the new townies. I kind of want to go to the Summerdream house, but I'm going to start off at the watering hole. I'll have a quick, like, poke around town. I should have gone to the lounge, really, because there'd be, like, more people there. In hindsight, who is hanging around? I'm going to go and pick up my fairy dust ration while I'm here. Oh, here, look. I always think this is Mother Nature, but it's not Mother Nature. It's the mystical fairy. So she's one of the new NPCs. So we'll come over here and talk to her as well. We can fly now as well, because we're in the fairy realm. We can be like our true selves. Okay. So let's go back to our full fairy form. There we go. So... we're going to have a little conversation with Mystical Fairy. I always use the Mystical Fairy as kind of like the person giving the orders, like the person that my people are reporting back to. So with my Romance Fairy, I was checking in with her every now and again, just kind of role-playing the idea of kind of like updating her on what's going on with the human world and kind of, you know, that sort of thing. So we're going to spy on her anyway because, you know, there's no limits. When you're Fae, you know, the rules apply as you see fit to apply them. So she's not adverse to spying on the person giving her orders here a little bit. But let's go in and we are going to respectful introduction her because, like, we do kind of know our place a little bit. So, and then we will acquire a fable, hear tales, and, ooh, what's this here? How enchanting. Oh, hang on. Hello? Can I do it? I can't do it yet. Oh, no, I think I need to get to know her a little bit better. But she says, how enchanting for a red mushroom to be both a fly agaric and an amanita muscaria. What a marvellous little toadstool to go by so many names. That's actually important information for if you do the toadstool quest. There's a question about that. So we just got a new little entry for our notebook, so she's going to be very, very happy with that. And then, yeah, we need to pry her for secrets. Because like I say, she's not exempt. I'm the secret fairy, and I have to get everybody's secrets if I'm doing my job properly. Oh, I've got my reward thing. I don't know what I did to do that, but okay. Excuse me, sir, your wings are in my face. So she's actually going to say to her, she's like, listen, if you know the law of the vampires Oh, look, we've got a secret. Hang on, wait. Sinking feeling. I'm trying to be better about this, so don't judge me. But really, so what if I've washed a few dishes in the bathroom sink every now and again? In the end, a sink's a sink. It's not like it's any less sanitary than the kitchen sink. Whether or not you believe me, I can assure you that there were very good reasons for me to do this. You just wouldn't understand. Listen, I'm a fairy. I shower in the kitchen sink and the bathroom sink, so I'm not bothered. Okay, what I want to do, she's going to tell her about the history of kind of the vampires and the spellcasters. If you don't know the kind of lore of the game, basically, vampires were created by spellcasters. Spellcasters cloned themselves, and they fed the clones a lot of potions so that the clones could keep kind of working and working and working. They didn't need to rest and things. And they had too many potions, and this accidentally created vampires. So fairies see vampires and spellcasters as using dark magic. They don't agree with the type of magic that they use, where fairies prefer natural magic. So they've had kind of like a war with the spellcasters as well. Like, the spellcasters were trying to do something bad, the fairies stopped them. I don't know all the lore properly yet, like, go and look it up yourselves. But yeah, the spellcasters and vampires are basically a little bit of a threat. We need to keep them in check. So it's actually going to be Beryl's job to go and get gossip on the vampires and the spellcasters. So that is her assignment. We are going to head out, travel to one of the most dangerous and treacherous places that a fairy could go to, Forgotten Hollow. And we're going to go and meet Count Vladislav Strauss-Stroud. But I'm going to go here first. I'm going to go to this residential, because we have to kind of like plan our approach. So we're not just going to go up there like in our fae form. Like, we don't want to be a fae in the middle of the like vampire territory, because that is dangerous for us. So I'm going to go ahead and go back into my normal human disguise. There we go. Okay, Beryl. And then she's going to approach Castle Vlad Strahd with like Girl Scout cookies or something. She's going to be like, oh, hi, I'm selling my baked goods to raise money for charity. And that's kind of how she's going to approach. But if he's not home, or if he's sleeping, she's going to break in, and we're going to find out some gossip on Vlad. Go, Beryl. Visit residence. Just you. This is a solo mission. There's only one hag up for this job, and it's you. You can handle this. Okay. So, we have to be quick because he might come home. We might have... Do we have a thing for this yet? No, we do not. Okay, we're going to break in. Break in. Do it. Beryl, you can do this. We believe in you, Beryl. Come on. You've got this, girly. Nobody's looking. It's fine. Hehehe. She's so shifty. The way she keeps looking around. I love this animation. It's so fun. So this is from For Rent. She was not successful, I don't think. No. The door appeared sturdier than normal. Maybe a little more elbow grease will open it up, but right now it won't budge. Is there a back way in? I feel like he's only got one door. Do you know what we could do? We could try and fly up here and get in this way. Oh, press the wrong button. Hang on, wait. Instantly fly here. Okay, nobody's watching. Go. Fly up. Go on, do it. Okay, two can play that game, Vlad. Oh god, the camera angles are awful. Right, I'm going to do the same on this door here. Break in. Okay, go, Beryl. You've got this, girly. Oh, she just walked straight in. Is she breaking in from the other side? What's happening? Beryl! Come back, Beryl! She's breaking in from the back side of the door. Whatever. Do you know what? If it works, it works. She fell down. I don't think it worked. But she's technically in the house. She's in the house using his sink. I feel like it worked. Let's try the front door again, because that is... That didn't go too well, did it? Beryl, you've got to do this, girl. You can't fail 3 times in a row. You don't have that bad luck. What is her look like? Her look is fine. She has good luck. Come on. It's not really look, is it? It's sheer elbow grease. You've got this, Beryl. Come on, do it. Yay! She did it. She's so funny. The animations for that are great. Okay, she's in. No sign of Vlad yet. We need to pry for secrets. If I was Vlad, where would I keep my secrets? I think she would know to head directly downstairs to this room here. Can I check the coffin? I can. Snoop for secrets. Let's just hope that Vlad's not in one of these coffins. Go, go, go. So they can turn up and confront her, but fingers crossed we'll get a secret out of him before that happens. However, if we do get into a confrontation with Vlad, I do need to restore my emotional force, so he might be my willing victim. Listen, he is a vampire. I am an energy vampire. I think he may have met his match with Beryl. Okay. We're not here to cure his vampirism as well. If you do take, I think it's cure or apply ailment. I think this is the buff that allows you to actually cure vampires of vampirism. So just letting you know that that's possible. She's not interested in doing that today. That is not her job. Her job is just to get the secrets so that we can blackmail him. Just to keep him on his toes, you know, just to give him a bit of a warning of what we're capable of in the Fey realm. Oh, I thought he was home. I thought he was back. I got scared. Beryl has discovered that Vlad has this secret. None of your biscuits. What? It is said that my family are descendants of Lord Reginald Wainscott Stickywick von Dosenwald. Before his nautical voyages, it was rumoured that he has several relationships throughout his early years. I've traced my ancestry back enough that I can almost find the connection that could link us together, which seems pretty definite to me, but I don't want word to get out. I'd hate to be treated differently just because my ancestor was the 37th Earl of Biscuit. I just want to be treated normal like everybody else. Vlad wants to be treated normal like everybody else. Well, stop breaking into people's homes then, Vlad. In my last video, he actually did break into her house and he made mistakes because, she emotionally vampired him. And he knew he was in trouble. It was funny. I might put a clip of that in here. Let me invite you in. She's a sweet old... She's like, come to my tea house, dearie. I'll fix you up. I've got something that'll scratch that itch for you. I'm doing an Auntie Ethel impression, which is why I'm doing a terrible Irish accent. Please don't at me. I know it's bad. She has this like charming approach. And I think Vlad's like, oh, I'm in here. This sweet old lady, you know, her blood's full of probably some plum brandy or something like that, like some whiskey, like, yeah, I'll pop in and say hello to you, lady, like, sure. And then she walks in and Mother Nature's there and he's like, hang on, what's happening? So she's like spying on him. Where did Vlad go? This teleporting thing that he does is very annoying. He's kicking over my bin. He's annoyed because he realizes he's been played. That's what it is. The way that I've been approaching people as Beryl is like, I go over like being quite nice, but like kind of like boomer nice, you know, they say inappropriate things, or maybe they're a little bit kind of inappropriate, but they don't realize that what they're saying isn't socially acceptable anymore. You know, like they're not very woke kind of thing. Like they say what's on the mind and they don't think too much about hurting people's feelings. And then if you get upset, you're the problem because you're too sensitive. She's got that kind of personality type. And so she goes over to people and she's friendly on the surface and cheerful and, oh dearie, how has your day been? But she's really just after the gossip. So she's definitely like a curtain twitcher. And she's definitely, you know, stops for a chat like out in the street with people, but she's just really nosy with it. So yeah, but then as soon as people get annoyed with her, as soon as like the mask slips a bit and they kind of realize that they're being played, she just goes nasty. It's the way that I've been playing with her. So yeah, let's blackmail him basically. We confront him about his secret. We're like, listen, you thought I was a sweet old grandma and you were gonna come in here and try and suck my plasma, thinking I was a frail, defenseless, old, sweet grandma. And I'm not. I'm a hag, okay? And you're in trouble because I'm going to go into my fairy form and you're just going to realise exactly how much trouble you're in. Yeah, stop shouting. Now that the secret's known, Beryl can choose to inform Vlad that she will hold on to that secret forever or blackmail him to keep the secret for cold, hard Somalians. We're going to hold on to that secret forever, but not because we're nice. Okay, so the funny thing is, it reminds me of my dad's friends. My dad used to go to pubs a lot. And he has some very, very unique friends. And one of his friends said that he could trace his ancestry back to like a certain king of England, and had like, you know, when like people, like the throne passes to another person. He was like, had that person retained the throne, he would have been king now. But because the throne went to like a different family, you know, like the War of the Roses and things like that, I think it happened then. Yeah, that he's not king. So he's like, I could have been king. So I was like, okay, mate. I think he's like something like 57th in line to the throne or something like that. And he's just this guy in a pub. It was interesting. Anyway, okay, we have some information to blackmail Vlad. Let's keep looking around here. And just see if there's any other information that we could find. Where else might he hide his secrets? Maybe in the fireplace. Maybe there's some like... no, doesn't say so. Maybe in the bar? No. Maybe in this chest of drawers? No. I don't know where to look. In the fridge? Who keeps their secrets in the fridge? Maybe in this wardrobe. Have you got any skeletons in your wardrobe, lad? She's just bathing in his sink. Told you. Go, go, go. And then we're going to get out of here. Our time might be up. Is he back? Is he back? I don't know. We need to get out of here before he sees us. He's here. Okay, we're going to go and confront him. We're going to just make it obvious. Instantly fly here. Listen, I'm thirsty too, Vlad. We both have willing victims, or not quite so willing victims, to be fair. Oh no. Where did he go? Where did he go? Is he going to catch us? Oh no. Oh no. I don't know where he went. Where is he? He's normally playing his organ, isn't he? So I literally do not know where he went then. He hasn't caught us though, so that's good. No secrets here. Perhaps a life hunting for another's dirty laundry isn't in the cards. I think it is, actually. I think you're misinformed. Let's see if we can get her out of here without him turning up, because I don't know where he went. Ooh, spooky. It is spooky because literally he could be anywhere. She's so brazen though. She doesn't care if she gets caught. Okay, I think, you know what? I don't know. I want to blackmail him. I do. Where is he? Vlad, where did you go? Here he is. Okay, let's go and blackmail him. We're just going to instantly fly here. We're just going to appear behind him. Like, two can play that game, Vlad. And we don't need to spy on him. We're going to rude introduction. They're going to get off on a bad foot anyway because fairies and vampires hate each other. So we should get a pop-up here. Yeah, there we go. Beryl's relationship with Vlad started on a bad foot because fairies and vampires do not mix well. Tell me about it. That's why we're here, to get his dirty secrets. Confront him about his secrets. I want to like lecture him about responsibility as well. That's quite funny. Ask question about technology. He's like, I don't know either. Call out for use of dark magic. I am here because you, sir, have gone too far. Your magic is not normal. Lie about bad plasma. We're just going to scare him. And grumble about costs these days. Just throw that in there for no reason. Like, nobody mentioned it. She's just ranting. Chaos rules. Should she like mischief? Absolutely, she should. Oh god, he's up. We are not keeping his secret. We are gonna... Hang on. Let me move so we can see him. We are gonna... mischief. No. Mean. Malicious. Blackmail him. And then should we fight him? I feel like I should drain him before I fight him, you know? She stinks as well. Imagine getting blackmailed by a stinky hag. Look at how happy she is flying around and Vlad's just like hissing at her. Hang on, that might be my thumbnail. That's great. She just, no F's given, you know, no fake given. And then I am not going to find common background. I'm actually gonna fairy absorb his emotions. Oh, he does use technology. Okay. That's why she doesn't like him. That's the real reason she doesn't like him. She's like, you're always on TikTok, Vlad. And then she just goes back to Facebook, complaining about the kids using TikTok too much. Okay, he is angry at her now. He is not happy, but she feels great. Delightful absorption. Some happiness here, some inspiration there. Beryl feels a bit giddy as she absorbed emotions, and they wash through her. Lucrative arrangement. It might be wrong, but the simoleons feel so right. Hot goss, grungy, two can keep a secret. Okay, so now I think it is time to create fairy propaganda. Just lie to him. And then we're going to fight him because I want to. Fight the vampire. I do wish that we had... oh, how's this going to go? I'm excited. While this is happening, I do wish the fairies had their own fighting type. I did test it. Some of you asked this. Hang on, I can't speak. Some of you asked this question in my comments, like, how do fairies fight? And they have like the standard fight. And I was look at this. This is what I mean. That's how vampires fight. They get this brilliant like ending. She did get her ass whooped, unfortunately, but we're still blackmailing him, so it's fine. And she's still loving it. Why so gullible? Everything was too calm. A new story makes things more lively. From spreading her propaganda, she did get beaten up, but she's going to be fine. She's all right. She loved it. So yeah, I'm a bit sad because I think it would have been nice if they'd put a bit more work into like the fighting, because they have so much cross-compatibility gameplay with like, you know, fairies hating like spellcasters and vampires and liking werewolves and mermaids. I think they could have gone a little bit further and had some more unique animations for like fighting the different types. You know, like werewolves fighting have a unique like style, vampires fighting have a unique style, spellcasters like look great. I think it would have been really cool if fairies had done spellcasting a bit like spellcasters, fighting a bit like spellcasters, but like draining the other person's emotions and things like that. You know, they could have done some really cool animations there, especially like fighting in between different occults. I think it's a bit disappointing that that's not thought about more. I want to answer a few questions as well while I'm here, because some of you asked about other occults. So I did have another video up on more cross-pack compatibility, but I wasn't very happy with it. I spent quite a lot of time trying to find out the answers, and it dragged on a little bit. But fairies don't have any kind of special interactions or relationship with skeletons, servos, aliens. I think there was one other, but I can't remember what that was now. So I did check all those things. Another question that some of you asked about was about fairy wings and different animations. So like, what happens if I ride a horse? The fairies normally put their wings away if they're doing something that has quite unique animations. So no, they don't keep the wings out for that. Were there other questions as well? One question was like, did vampires get a special buff if they bite fairies? Like, do vampires really love how fairy plasma tastes? The answer is no. There's no unique I can't speak. The answer is no. There's no unique buff from what I can see. I did have Vlad go and bite a few fairies, and I couldn't see anything that was new. But I know some of you were referencing like True Blood for that, so it's a shame that wasn't added. But yeah, that is pretty much all I can think of right now. So let's go ahead and head out of here and head over to the magic realm, because I think we need to go and need to go and just keep the spellcasters in check as well. You know, we've gone to like the head of the vampires, we've fought him a bit, we've put him in his place. Like, okay, he beat us up, but we're still blackmailing him, you know. So it's all good. You know, we just want to shake things up a little bit. So I'm going to go over to Glimmerbrook, and we're going to go and look for some of the gurus, the magic gurus, and we're going to give them the same treatment, basically. While I'm doing this, I do have a giveaway code courtesy of the EA Creator Network, and thank you so much to them. It's a one-time use code. Whoever sees it first is going to be the proud owner of the new expansion pack. Oh, here we go. Here's Morgan. So whoever sees it first, gets to the EA app, puts the code in, redeems it, you're going to be the winner. So it's like a fastest fingers first thing. You need to be 18 or over, so make sure you check with a parent first if you're not 18 yet. It's a PC code. It's on the EA app. And what else do I need to say? No purchase necessary. You need the Sims 4 base game for Enchanted by Nature to run. But the base game's free, so no purchase necessary. The code's going to be on screen now. So good luck to you all. Whoever gets it, congratulations. And again, thank you to the EA Creator Network for providing me with giveaway codes. If you do claim the code, just let us know in the comments. It just saves other people trying to claim it. Hi, Morgan. Rude introduction. Like, we're not even trying to be friendly here. We're just going straight in with causing trouble, pretty much. Spy on Morgan. I need to remember that Morgan is they, them, so I am sorry if I accidentally slip up. Beryl's relationship with Morgan started on a bad foot because fairies and spellcasters do not mix well. Okay, we're going to have a little spy on them, and then we're going to go for... I want to call them out on their bad magic. So, where am I? Sorry, I'm clicking all over the place. Arguments. Yell out for improper magic use. It's your fault. The vampires are running riot, okay? I got beaten up by a vampire today. Me, a sweet old woman, innocent, just walking around selling my cookies, and I got beaten up by a vampire. That wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for you spellcasters. So you need to deal with the responsibility. Like, why are the fairies cleaning up after the mess that spellcasters made? Shame on you. She's like, shame, shame, shame. Stop talking, woman. Oh, is she a spellcaster as well? Okay, well, we might fight her too. Like, they're all just ignoring her. Respect your elders. Go away. Can we yell at him? Them, sorry, yell at them. I feel like she wouldn't use pronouns though. Like, and she would do it. I'm accidental, I'm stupid. But I feel like Beryl would not use people's pronouns on purpose. Like, again, she's that type of elder. Yell at them. I love Morgan, by the way. I'm just being mean to Morgan because I'm playing with Beryl. Beryl has discovered that Morgan has this secret trashy habit. Oh, hello. You're telling me you've never gone over a neighbour's house to use their trash can? Taking out the trash can be such a hassle sometimes. All I want to do is get rid of all those gross water cups my house guests leave everywhere. And maybe a spoiled grilled cheese once in a while. Sometimes I can't even be bothered to wash those dishes. I just need them gone. So if my trash is full, I'll just pop over to the trash can real quick and drop all the dishes in. They never noticed anyway. Wow. Do you not have Scrubberoo? Do you not have spells to deal with that? Right, well, we are going to confront you about your secret and blackmail you in that case. She's just walking around stinking. Like, reveal who you are. Reveal the fact that you work for the Fairy Council. You're not a sweet old lady after all. Show your true form. I am the secret fairy. You should have never shared your secret with me. And now you're in trouble because I am here on behalf of the Fairy Council. And you, sir, apologize. You, Morgan, are being blackmailed. You better keep your spellcasters in check. And you better clean up that mess that you dealt with. That you didn't deal with, that we dealt with. Yeah. Sorry, I'm so stupid. I'm really tired. Lucrative arrangement, it might be wrong, but the simoleons feel so right. You bet, Beryl. Right, so we've gone and kept the vampires and the spellcasters in check. Now, I want to go and see what the fairies are up to. Because again, like, we don't know, you know? We need to keep the people in charge accountable. You know, we can't have the people in charge saying that they're going to release information and then there isn't any information and then other people made up information. Like, we don't know where we stand. So in the spirit of knowing, again, I'm just talking off the top of my head here. If I'm talking about anything in real life, I don't know anything about real life politics. I don't know even who's in charge of countries. So any resemblance to any actual leaders is purely coincidental. And if you think I'm talking about any specific person, then you're projecting your own thoughts onto me. But like I say, we need to hold people accountable. We need freedom of information. And sometimes you need a mischief hag to go and get that information out and make it available to everyone. So we are going to go and pay a visit to the Summerdream house, because Titania and Oberon are traditionally the king and queen of the fairies, right? If you read like A Midsummer Night's Dream, this was the name of the rulers there. So I think a little visit to the Summerdream house, a little check-in. You know, we're just going to kind of like leave our smell around. So, you know, they don't know that somebody broke in. Like, they can't like verify it. They don't have evidence that somebody broke in, but there's like an unfamiliar smell about the place. And it's just enough to unsettle them and make them think about, you know, maybe the house isn't as secure as they thought it was. I don't recommend, like, again, like for liability reasons, I'm not actually saying that anyone should break into anyone's house. Obviously not. Like, I think that's such a betrayal of like safety, the feeling of safety and privacy that people should have. This is literally just purely storytelling, because I'm using the game features in a creative way. So don't break into people's houses. I do not condone that. But in the case of storytelling, I think we need to go and see what these people are up to. Wait, have they got any elixirs that I can have? No, I was just going to steal their elixirs. Don't steal. If you do play with Beryl and you happen to get the opportunity to take the kleptomaniac trait, I would definitely take that. Let's go and have a look. I mean, they've got a computer. Let's go and have a look on their computer. What would their password be? Okay, let's tappity and get those secrets before they come back. Okay, I think we got one. Snoop secrets. She's doing quite well. I need to eavesdrop on more Sims. So when Sims are talking, you can like listen to the conversation. So we can go and do that in a minute. So yeah, what have we found out here? Success. Beryl has access to the house, but did she not get any dirt? I don't think she got any dirt on them. No, I don't think she got anything off them. Okay, we need to go again. Wait. Where would their information be? Under their bed. Snoop under their bed. There's definitely something shady about them. I can tell. Okay. Ooh. I don't want to purchase fairy home and emotionally starving. Oh no. Oh no. It's going to be fine. She's filthy. Look at the state of her. She takes her job seriously. She's prioritizing her job over her own needs. So what I'm going to say at this point while she continues to look, I did check the Mother Nature to see if Mother Nature had a unique secret, and Spruce Almighty, and they didn't have unique secrets, which I was a bit sad about because I thought it would have been really, really cool if they did. What did bum me out a little bit is that, sorry, let me just snoop somewhere else. Here we go. What did bum me out a little bit was that not only did they not have unique secrets, but they'd disabled the Pry for Secrets interaction on Mother Nature. So I'll put a little clip of that in so you can see. So basically, she can't have any secret at all. So I would have rather had like a random secret, even if it didn't make sense. You know, like there's one about cow plants and things like that that would have been quite funny. I would have rather have her have any secret because that would have been funny to me, rather than them disabling secrets on her entirely. And then I'm kind of bummed that, you know, they took the time to disable secrets on her instead of adding a secret. So it's kind of like they did work anyway, but they did, like, I don't know. I wouldn't have done that. I don't know. Maybe they had a reason for doing it like that. I'm just sad that they didn't add a unique secret for her, to be honest. Let's go and see in here. Let's snoop in this chest of drawers. We're going to have to be quick. Time's nearly up. They're going to be back. But what I think... Oh, she's got a secret. Right, we've got a secret on Oberon and on Titania. So Moohoo, see, this is the one that I was saying would have suited Mother Nature. Back in the day, I wanted to help out the store I worked at, so I brought in a cow plant to attract customers. You know, spark some interest with something dangerous and exciting. I didn't know it would get out of hand. A bigger cow plant meant more customers, so my nightly feedings were a must. It grew and grew and grew. It wanted more. Feed me, Titania. I couldn't supply its demand, so it began eating customers. It even ate the owner. I knew my cow plant had to be stopped, so I enlisted help in making sure that it was sent to a secret place where it could never hurt another sim. I couldn't let my cow plant take over the world. It was one mean green monster. That would have been so good for Mother Nature. And then we also have Oberon's Interstellar Interloper. I mean, maybe he's been messing with that stone. You know, the stone that takes you to Sixam in the middle of the fairy realm. When I learned how to walk as a toddler, I had a penchant for walking into trouble. One day I found a big metal tube in my neighbour's backyard. He was fixing something on it and didn't notice when I toddled my way through the open door on its side. Of course, I'd brought my favourite toy with me and was happily playing with it while tucked away in a little corner. Well, little did I know this tube was actually a rocket ship that my astronaut neighbour was tuning up right before his next trip to space. But when the floor started rumbling beneath me and the lights suddenly changed around me, I managed to hop to the window and saw myself surrounded by stars. It was incredible, but I knew I'd get into huge trouble if I was found, so I hid in a different little nook, with a nice view of the window, playing with my toy as I watched the stars and planets roar by. When we finally landed, I managed to sneak my way out and waddle home just in time for dinner. Somehow no one noticed. Fairies came from Sixam. That's the lore I'm going to say. Fairies are actually like an alien hybrid that happened because Oberon took a trip to space. I'm going to say that's canon. So she's going to, as she's kind of looking around, she's going to notice these cellar stairs and she's going to go down there. And she's going to find this weird basement with these like cells in it. And she's going to be like, well, that is very interesting. I think I have a newfound respect for the Summerdream house, but maybe I should get out of here because they are showing up right now. Here's Titania. So I think she's just going to skedaddle, and I think she's just going to kind of like fly away across the map, maybe over here to report back in with not Mother Nature, the mystical fairy. So like I say, I have already checked Spruce, I have checked Apothecary Todd, I have checked Mother Nature, and they don't have unique secrets. If you were wondering, I'll kind of pop them all up on the screen, but I think this is probably a good point to leave it today. So we're going to say that she checks in and tells her about everything that's happened, and she's spying on her. And then I think I need to find her a little fairy home because she needs to recover some of her needs. I never can find the fairy home though. I know it's around here somewhere. I never know where it is. There it is. They're having a party. She's going to be like, turn that music off. I need to sleep and regenerate my emotional force. So I hope you've enjoyed this little playthrough. I am going to put Beryl up on the gallery if you want to continue playing with her. I think she's a really fun sim to play with. I like the idea of like, not only I like the idea of combining features. So like having the whole fairy thing. Oh, I've got an ability point as well. Oh, perfect. Right, I'm going to go with Wicked Force game so that she gets emotional force from doing mischief interactions because that suits us so much. So yeah, if you want to play with her, you can grab her off the gallery. Lots and lots of fun. Go around to all the different worlds, finding out all the lore, you know, finding out all the secrets, blackmailing people on behalf of the Feywilds. And yeah, I like combining features like this and just doing something a little bit different with the fairies. So I hope you've enjoyed, and I haven't succeeded in finding out all the lore yet, but I'm going to keep playing with her and get all the background story of Innis Green. I was talking about this as well in the video that failed. When I get early access, I don't want to just do what everybody else is doing because, hang on, wait, don't go and speak to, oh, okay, fine, go and speak to Kara and we'll see if she's got any secrets. Yeah, I know people like English Simmer are so good at kind of like looking at the world in detail and looking at all the Sims that live in the new world and like all the lore. So, like and like James looks at Bill Nye and Deli looks at Cass, and so there's all these creators who already kind of like cover all the stuff about the new pack. So I'd rather either focus on gameplay or like this time cross pack compatibility, because I want to give something different to you guys that isn't just, you know, beating a dead horse. So yeah, like I don't know. So that's kind of why I'm only just discovering all the lore now, because I'm like, well, like I don't hang on, wait, what am I doing? Respectful introduction. I think they're kind of like a very council liaison, so maybe actually Karen's the person we should be checking in with. Yeah, I don't know, I'm just waffling now, so I'm gonna go. I hope you've enjoyed, and take care of Beryl. She is, she can't fight her own nature, you know. I'm gonna go. Take care, have a good week, friends. Bye.